Welcome to episode 191, Roman Abramovich, 5 Lessons, 5 Facts. This is an outline of episode 191, 5 Lessons. This is an outline of episode 191, 5 Facts. Lesson number 1, sell anything and everything.
In Moscow, just in time to witness the death throes of the Soviet Union. As communism collapsed, Abramovich went capitalist. He flogged, they say, anything and everything, from car tires to cuddly toys.
Lesson number 2, Abramovich was a protege of Berezovsky.
At the age of just 28, Abramovich, seeing his chance of making millions, hitchhiked a ride on Berezovsky's coattails.
A murder mystery involving 2 governments and a Russian oligarch. The victim is this man, Boris Berezovsky. He fled to England after a fallout with the Russian government. The cause of that fallout, accusing the Kremlin of poisoning a former Russian spy with radioactive material.
Lesson number 3, Abramovich is a man of few words. He does not like to talk about himself.
Roman Abramovich doesn't like to talk about his past, his wealth, or how he came to be in such a position at the tender age of 38.
Lesson number 4, Abramovich fires often. His critics accuse Abramovich of not loyal. Some, like Jose Mourinho, Abramovich would hire twice. This is the first time Jose Mourinho was hired. This is the second time Jose Mourinho was hired and fired. Here's a list of Chelsea managers since 2003. 12 managers in 14 years. Lesson number 5, he's not a good investor. His net worth actually shrank in the past 10 years. In 2008, his net worth was $23.5 billion. In November 2017, his net worth is $9.6 billion. Fact number 1, Abramovich is the ultimate womanizer. With 3 wives, 7 children, and 3 divorces. He's only 51. If you add his wives and girlfriends, then the list is longer than the list of Chelsea Football Club managers.
Abramovich's divorce settlement of £150 million, with his second wife Irina Vyacheslevovna Malandina, in 2007 was the 4th largest breakup bill in the world at the time. After 10 years together, the two of us have made the difficult decision to separate, but we remain close friends, parents and partners in the projects we developed together. We are committed to jointly raising our 2 children. We will also continue to work together as co-founders of the Garage Museum of Contemporary Art in Moscow and the New Holland Island Cultural Center in St. Petersburg.
Fact number 2, this is where he got the bulk of his fortune. In 2005, he sold 73% stake in Sibneft to state-owned gas titan Gazprom for $13 billion. Fact number 3, Oligarch is a very dangerous business.
A turning point came on June the 7th, 1994, when Berezovsky's limousine was blown up. The driver died instantly, decapitated by the blast. The target's bodyguards and several innocent bystanders sustained serious injuries. Miraculously, Berezovsky himself escaped unharmed.
Yep. I thought I'd be burned alive if I stayed in the car, but if I got out, they'd shoot me. My driver died, but in fact he saved my life, because as usual, he'd forgotten to lock the door.
Fact number 4, looking out for boss number 1. This is the job of any Russian oligarch. Abramovich is no exception.
By the end of '99, the oligarchs were in trouble again. Their old chum in the Kremlin was looking a bit shaky. The alternatives to Yeltsin didn't seem quite so oligarch-friendly. So Berezovsky, Abramovich and the others began looking for a replacement. Vladimir Putin used to be a colonel in the KGB.
Fact number 5, he was the power broker between Putin and Berezovsky. He arm wrestled or intimidated Berezovsky to sell his empire at 1/5 its value in the early 2000s.
In those times, deals were sealed with handshakes rather than signatures. That's how business worked in 1990s Russia. Fortunes were being made in months or even weeks. But Berezovsky's meteoric rise outstripped everybody.
Roman Abramovich, the hedonist and the realist, has little morals. Abramovich correctly allied himself with the up-and-coming Putin.
Before he died, Berezovsky had lost the court case of the century. One Russian oligarch, Berezovsky, demanded that another, Abramovich, pay him £5 billion owed from a deal with the oil company Sibneft. Berezovsky, however, was unable to produce any evidence that Abramovich had pocketed money that didn't belong to him.
Details and some of his personality traits.
Berezovsky wanted to be a living legend in his lifetime. In that, he succeeded. His sudden death is as big a mystery as his rapid rise to the peak of Russian business and government.
He made all of his money by sticking to the one rule that he set for himself in the 90s. Stay close to the authorities. That made it possible for him to plunder Aeroflot, make money from Avtovaz and the Chechen War, and do what he liked under the umbrella of his friendship with the family and Yeltsin's.
In 2005, Putin forced Abramovich to sell Sibneft, his oil company, to Gazprom, the state-owned oil giant, for $13 billion. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and leave your questions and comments below. Wishing everyone peace and prosperity.